You think she'll talk to us? After all that? After all that, I'm not leaving until she does. Don't go too hard on her. She looked pretty upset. I'll go easy on her. I never imagined I'd see Gladys Porter break into tears. Maybe there really is a first for everything. Here she is, sir. Watch yourselves. She can be feisty. Spiky, you prick! Here it comes. You did this to me! It's not my fault you lied in a court of law. Ah! You're so stupid! I'm not the one you want! You don't know anything about nothing! You're right. I don't. I jumped into this case completely blind. I have no idea what's going on. I never even had a chance to meet the suspect until the lobby before the trial. Wasn't the best decision, but that's how things are now. You're so dumb! Spiky, you moron! Why would you ever take a case without speaking to the suspect? I had reasons. Personal reasons. I need to get answers here. Then what? Nothing? Can I even use the excuse that I'm trying to find the truth? No, even that's not it. It's been pure revenge for what he did to Maya and Pearl. I was worried something might happen, and I played right into Williamson's hand. Phoenix Wright, you idiot. I'm here for all the wrong reasons. Then, don't just cut yourself off, lame brain. I'm not sure. Maybe I just realized that. You're a really crappy attorney. I don't think you're evil. I'm just as much to blame, I guess. Do you want me to tell you why I tried to frame him or not? Yes. Okay, now, listen carefully, because I don't like to talk about this. What do you have against my client? That lousy son of a mother's a no-good murdering creep. You are literally defending a killer. There's enough doubt to think otherwise. Bah! He's a killer! You're just too lazy and dumb and blind and... Gah! I just had to see him go down. This grudge doesn't seem like a one-night thing. You've known him a while. No, you're right. The Ravalis family killed my sister. It's been, a good decade by now. I never let it go. You think my client did it? Hell no. They already know who shot her, and nobody's seen him in years. Word has it Michael Ravalis had him killed. Betrayed his own lackey. He turned on his own people? Ha! Master deserved it. And now Ravalis is gone too. What does your sister's death have to do with this case? It's not enough that the killer's gone. He was just following orders. I want to get at the people who had him do it. Your guy's one of the top dogs in the family. If it's any consolation, I really didn't find out about that until the trial. They probably thought you already knew. I mean, sheesh. How derpy do you have to be? That's why everybody has been treating me weirdly. But, wait. There's one person who's been intentionally keeping me in the dark. What is Williamson's hand in this? Have you been trying to get back at the Ravalis family all this time? Ever since. It was just a year after she married Mark. Mark? As in Mark Waters? Duh. Sandra Waters. I don't know what she saw in that loser. I mean, he's not a bad guy or anything, but ugh. We grew up in Korean together, but once we got old enough, we both left and went our own ways. I became a reporter. She joined the police and met Mark. But then she got cocky and they killed her. Hasn't Waters tried to help you? Of course Mark was upset, but once old Mikey had the assassin killed, he didn't see the point. I think Sandra dying really smacked him down to earth. Such a wimp, that one. Never had the balls for anything. Me? I never stopped. There really are people following me everywhere, you know. I've managed to not aggravate them too much. People worry less if they think you're nuts. Oh, wow. So is all that paranoia actually justified? Who is Stephen Jameson? Some guy digging in the family's dirt with me. He has his own reasons for doing it. He's basically the brains of the whole thing. I'm just me. Apparently I'm a liability. Jameson is the whole reason I was at Korean. He had me spy on Mystic Meredith. Crane? Porter's partner there was Jameson? Wait. Jimmy? Uh-huh. I think that's what he liked people to call him these days. Who's Jimmy? You never met him, Trucy. Jimmy is a man I've crossed paths with a few times. He used to be Williamson's assistant, I think. Now he's dead. Mashed upside the skull about a dozen times. He got cold all of a sudden after Coraine. Said I'd screw it all up. Jackass. We've worked on this all the way and now he abandons me? Is that why you followed him? He said where he was meeting and when, but he didn't want me coming. I needed closure just as much as he did. I had to go. Why didn't you call the police? Are you kidding? After what happened to the kid in the station? You nuts? I'll actually bet they're listening to this conversation right now. I better not say too much until later. What about Prosecutor Williamson? That douche is too egoist to listen to anything but his own logic. Jameson tried to involve him all the time, but he'd made up his mind long ago. Everything I tried to tell him in the lobby today, he just said I was crazy. Didn't listen to a word of it. I think deep down the man might have a heart, but I wouldn't rely on him to back you. Porter and Jimmy were working together to spy on the Revalis family. Might that have something to do with a certain piece of evidence? Did either you or Jimmy place this phone tap? Actually, no. Here I couldn't get anywhere near the house. That was another guy working with us. There's a third person? Was. He was an Interpol agent, trained for that kind of stuff. Got shot a few weeks back, the poor sap. Somebody searching into the family who got shot? Could it be? Was his name Walter Webb? That's right. Mr. Webb? Have we heard that name? I just took the case for his murder a month ago. He was killed by Nathan Tomagera. Webb had been listening in on the phone calls to help us after we tipped Interpol off. He kept the receiving equipment hidden at his place. But you know the really stinking funny part? It all disappeared. Togamera must have found it and moved it away. Apparently, Williamson got kicked off the crime scene right after that little incident. Was it ever found? No. But I guess the recording end was never removed from your guys' phone. So somebody out there is still spying on him. It can't be Togamera. Who else is there? Well, now we know who tapped the phone. Spiky, can you make me a promise? That depends. I want you to get to the bottom of this, no matter what. Even if it means defending that man. Jameson gave his life for this, and I think it was to give you a chance. Me? Yeah, you. You and Williamson. We've been trying to get at the family. At Mendorez. But we could never get anywhere. Jameson being dead might open a chance for that. The family murdered my sister, and Mendorez tried to kill your lady friend. Too many people are dying, but you can stop it if you do this right. You really made quite the impression on Jameson. He saw you had it in you. You have what it takes to solve everything. Jimmy, we barely knew you. Yet you were willing to die so I could have a chance at this? Why would this mean so much to you? Miss Porter, I just received word that your bail's been paid. You're free to go. Alright, I'm out of this dumb place. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Perjury's a serious crime. How is she off so easily? Look, sir, I'm just doing my job. I'm just supposed to pass on the message that the bail's been covered. Ms. Porter, I don't think you should go. You kidding, Spiky? In here, I'm a sitting duck. Everybody knows who I am, and I'm right where they want me. The police have barely had an hour to speak with you. Something doesn't seem right. Whatever. At least I can turtle myself up back at the office. Be with the occult, porcupine boy. Take care, my obsessively paranoid friend. Guard, while we're here, is my client available? Yes, he is, sir. Would you like me to get him? Please do.
You needed me?
We have some things to clear up.
Thought I was clear. No interest in helping you.
I'm taking the time to hear you out, despite you being a huge hindrance. It is in your better interest to cooperate with me.
You think you know my better interests? You're a riot.
I'm all you have. I've gotten people out of stickier situations than this. If you're innocent, I'll see you cleared.
You're wasting your time.
Did you do it?
Do you care what my answer is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. No, I didn't. Rest easy now.
Do you have any alibi? I need to know this. If you don't have one, it's going to be very hard to defend you. Would you look at me while we're talking? Fine. Be that way.
Didn't kill Jameson. Believe me or don't. Trust me or don't. Not hiring you to be all idealistic.
I can tell from his eyes he's not ignorant. He knows what's going on. That's the face of a hardened man. He just doesn't want to tell me what he knows. For whatever reason. Were you around when Jameson was killed?
No.
Where were you?
Getting chased by that crazy woman. I gave her the slip eventually, but it took a while.
How did the shovel make it back to your cellar?
I put it there.
You went back?
Heard a scream. A real blood-curdling one. Must have been the woman finding the body, but she'd left when I came back. He was dead, all right.
You don't really have a good excuse. The police won't believe this.
The girl's smarter than you.
I saw it too. I just didn't want to rub it in your face. You work for the Rivales family, don't you?
No.
Didn't he say he was retired?
Yes.
Were you not on good terms with them?
What is this, 20 questions? I got cocky one too many times. Old Mikey lost it. Said he'd kill me. I was forced into my retirement. The police know that.
Michael Rivales is dead now. Sir Galante killed him and all his officers. So you wouldn't need to be afraid of him anymore.
He didn't kill everyone.
No, you being here is proof of that.
Galante didn't ice all of his targets. I've got plenty enemies. Don't listen to anybody who says otherwise. Williamson's a liar.
Why would he lie about that?
Who knows?
Please, I'm trying to be reasonable. Why can't we help each other? Nothing you've told me is going to help the case. Yes?
You his friend?
Whose friend? Williamson's? We're more professional acquaintances, really, but...
You're his friend. Nothing to say. Not to you.
Mr. Isarian, I'm your attorney.
Nothing to say to you.
Can you at least tell me whether you killed Jimmy?
You're the attorney. Your job is to find out, not mine.
Look, I can tell you're not fond of me. Honestly, the feeling's pretty mutual.
Okay, don't care.
I'm not doing this for you. I have personal reasons for solving this case.
Fine by me. Better get going. Case won't solve itself.
Look, I need you to work with me. I'm nowhere close to having any answers. If you don't talk right now, I quit.
No, you won't. Drop the case, you'll never get your precious answers.
The nerve of this guy.
You give me sass, I send it right back, capiche? I know the cards, and I know you don't want to give this up. You got no choice but to defend me if you want to find your truth, Williamson promised. So I suggest you and the little missy just waltz right on out and keep searching. This conversation's over.
As much as I'd like to, I can't walk out on this jerk. I needed to continue. Ah, there he is. The defender of justice succeeds once again in screwing up another carefully planned case. Pleaseball McGuilty has been spared one more day. I just point out flaws as I see them. Your star witness happened to make several. I'm a jerk. Blah 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 blah. That's all I'm hearing. Did you miss the part where she confessed to trying to frame him? La 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 la, I can't hear you. That's a real bummer. Are you going to have to change the whole approach? Nah, it's pretty much the same. Only difference is we know she and Jameson were in cahoots. Not sure how much that will affect it in the long run. That's basically just a recap of what you already heard at the trial. Thank you, Mr. Waters. Maybe I should leave this guy up to Trucy from now on. We just spoke to Porter. I had no idea she was your in-law. Ah, you saw her? When? We were just at the detention center. Well, sounds like she trusts you. Gladys doesn't normally talk about Sandra. And speaking of her, I'd better head down there soon. She said she wouldn't say a word to the police until she'd spoken to you. Uh-oh. She's not exactly at the detention center anymore. What? What are you talking about? She was just released. What the crap? No, I didn't authorize that. Either me or the boss should have interrogated her first. She should still be there. Should we be worried? This stinks to high heaven. Did she say where she was going? She mentioned her office back at O Cult. Hey, do me a solid. Go check on her, alright? Make sure she's okay. We'll swing by. I thought something was weird. I hope she's okay. What have I gotten us into? There's the buzzer. Miss Porter, it's us. Go away. I'm not here. Yes, you are. How else could you respond to? No, really, I'm not here. I'm skipping town. Can't say when I'm getting back, but it's getting too hot here. If you'd like to leave a message, please press 1. What? An answering machine? Para español, opera números 2. She left. Can you blame her? Now we won't get to find out what she had to say. We'll have to figure it out on our own. Porter and Jimmy were working together. This has to be connected to Karain. What was it they were so interested in there? It was for Pearl. He was trying to figure out what happened to her. Something about Pearl's kidnapping was really important to him. MN6. It had something to do with that. That's why Jimmy and Porter were in the woods. Jimmy found out some big secret and somebody was willing to kill him for it. And now the one man I can go to for answers is the same one who's been connected to everything I've dealt with these past few months. The Ravalis family, Pearl, Maya. He knows what's going on. I need to know what happened in MN6. Ms. Porter isn't here. We won't get answers from her. Let's head back to the crime scene. Waters will want to know. Are there any updates I should know about? Ha, no. As far as anyone can see, he killed the Jameson dude. Don't know why Boss went and begged for an extension. We had that thing in the bag. That did seem odd. Even without Porter, he could have landed a guilty verdict. He's probably sad that his friend died. Well, that don't excuse him delaying the trial for the rest of us. Fingerprints, man. Murder weapon, man. The thing may as well be finished. I'm sure there was some other reason. He didn't talk with you about it? Hey, we're not best buds. We don't talk about our feelings or whatever. Boss is just kind of, well, my boss. Any words on the other victim? Yeah, Rosencrantz getting ID to really sped things up. All our resources are going into figuring out who the heck Guildensterner was now. Any ideas yet? Me? Not yet. Go check with Dresian at the morgue, why don't you? You might have dug something up. Ms. Porter's not answering her door. Typical. Should we try again? Nah, don't worry. I'll go do it myself. When I get a bit of time, I'll drop by later. Well, that was useless. Sorry for the little side quest. It wasn't a complete waste of time. I may just know where to go. I thought you said she didn't answer? She didn't. Williamson is involved in this case, isn't he? As more than a prosecutor. Yeah, he and Jameson had some kind of history together. I think as an assistant. Then you factor in the Revalis family. It's all kind of just one big mess. MN6. Do you know about it? Not a clue. That's Boss's past you're digging into, not mine. If it's bugging you that much, why not just go talk to him? I think he went back to the office to sort some things out. Didn't say much about it. That's not the prosecutor office building? Yeah, you ought to find his room pretty easy. It's by the one with the basketball hoop, or... No, that guy's not there anymore. Dang it, I haven't been down there in a while myself. It's okay, I'll find it. Williamson's overdue for a little visit.
Ah, I remember you. Don't tell me. I know this one. Yes, of course I remember you. You're not a detective.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I thought I had it. Well then, Mr.
Right.
Yes, that's correct. Orville Wright.
Close enough.
Why do you ask what you're doing here?
I need you to update me on the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern killings.
My favorite part of the day. Well, here it is. Who wants to talk about murders?
What about Guildenstern? Do you know who he was?
Hold your horses, please, sir. You'll recall that one decomposed quite a bit. It's been hard piecing it all back together.
I could have gone without that mental image. How long do you think it'll be?
Well, the prosecution is pressing for an ID by the trial tomorrow. I'll have you the DNA results by then. I pledge my honor as a police coroner on it.
I take it he'll be the focus of tomorrow's trial.
I would imagine so. From what I understand, they already secondly proved the culprit of the other murder.
Never fully cleared Mr. Yossarian for killing Jimmy. Looks like tomorrow could be a two-pronged assault. Now that Guildenstern is being investigated, we should look for witnesses to that. I seem to recall one man saying he knew something. What new information is there on Jameson?
Oh, the usual. Time and cause of death, all those good things. But I'm afraid studying a body won't tell who did it or why. Not yet, at least.
Are psychic autopsies a thing of the future? Did forensics confirm the identity?
Yes. After that woman named the specimen, we closed things up very smoothly. We had the prints on record from previous work in the department. No doubt about it, it was Stephen Jameson. Here, I believe you might find this of use. I'm very proud to wrap up that little mystery.
Poor Mr. Jameson. It's like his death was only a puzzle to be solved. I wouldn't recommend looking to this guy as a shining example of compassion. Besides a murder weapon, is there anything else pointing against Mr. Yossarian?
Ah, yes, your client. Well, you'll find my autopsies will supplement that very well. Time, place, and method. We have the facts, sir. I'll tell you the very same when I take the stand.
You're testifying?
Why, of course. A little professional expertise is needed every now and then, no? Have no fear, sir. We'll nab the killer once more. We make a great team, you and I. Dr. Morton Drazen and...
Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright. Yes, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright.
Saved enough times and it might just stick. Alright. Dang it, move. Doesn't look like Williamson is here. We should come back later when he is. Well, I knew you'd be back. Had a change of heart, did we? I'm here to talk about what you saw. I know. Yesterday I said you'd need a copper with you first, aye? Should I go get Detective Waters next door? No. I already talked to him and he said I was to keep tight-lipped. Believe they'll be dragging me up tomorrow. So it's pointless to expect anything from you until then. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure we can think of some arrangement. Hey, would you care to meet someone? Who? Your daughter? Adopted daughter. Is she the one you were with? Hey, you're with me the whole time. Jane child, come meet me new friend.
A friend? You are Mr. Hood's new friend. He made a new friend yesterday.
We met.
Oh, I see. I understand. I'm Jane. Jane is my name.
I'm Phoenix Wright. I'm a defense attorney like Mr. Hoodward. Was. And this is my daughter.
Tracy, pleased to meet you. Yes, pleased to meet you. Glad to make your acquaintance. It is nice that we have met.
How many different ways can you say that? Do you know anything about the murders?
Murders? Do I know anything about murders?
Yes.
Oh, I do I? If you say so. Then yes. Yes, I do.
This ought to be interesting. Can you tell me where you were during the incident a month back?
A month? That's a long time. Why should I remember?
You don't recall anything special? Maybe a murder?
A murder? Yes, nothing special. But perhaps that must be when I stabbed Mr. Hood.
Is there something I should be reporting? She never stabbed nobody. She made a mess and I clipped myself by accident. She's blaming herself.
Blaming myself? You're so silly, Mr. Hood.
Run, you fool, while there's still time. Something that could cut you and make a big mess. I wonder if there's anything here that fits that description. Where were you 2 nights ago?
2 nights ago, Mr. Hood and I were inside, together.
What were you doing?
Mr. Hood, what were we doing? Hey, you should be able to answer for yourself.
Ah, listen. Jane sometimes wanders off into her own little world. The poor child's imagination is so wild it's sometimes hard to remember every wee detail. Besides, it shouldn't matter what we were doing so long as we were both being inside. Be hard killing anybody like that.
Anyone but each other.
Mr. Hood, should I be afraid for you? Your father has mentioned you a bit. It must be lonely out here, a kid your age.
He's not my father.
Not sure she has anymore. The real daddy left us years back. Had a case with him and, well, some men just aren't cut out for it. Isn't that a familiar story? How old are you, Jane?
I am 16 years old. Hey, we're the same. Oh? I'm 16 too. We might have a lot in common. Do you have any special hobbies? I start fires. Oh? Well, at least you have your looks. Can we leave now?
Don't pay any attention to her. The girl's no arsonist. Worst she's ever done is take potshots to the possums outside. You like hunting?
No, I'm practicing.
For what? Creepy girl is creepy.
Hey, that looks like the stuff you always drink.
Grape juice. Of course.
It's okay, I'm smart enough to know what it is.
It's grape juice, I assure you. And this is a really expensive brand from Europe. Hood has good taste, I'll give him that.
Daddy, it's in a glass bottle. You're not fooling anyone.
Who's fooling?
Are we really going to avoid saying what we all know it is?
Yes. I better ask the Hoods about this stuff. This could make a big mess or hurt you if it broke. It might be what cut his hand. A bottle like this would spill all over if it fell. And the glass would cut you easily if it broke. Is this what you hurt yourself on? Aye, that's right. One of them broke after Jane knocked it off the table. You won't find any of it left. We cleaned it up lickety-split.
Broken glass can cut you. It's dangerous.
Was that the goal or just a nice side effect? So your daughter, she seems to have a nasty streak. Well no, I don't recall talking down to your child. Can you deny it? No, not particularly. Does the young girl frighten you? Did she? And that's just a child, like yours. I'm hoping we can relate there. Meaning? Time will tell. Huh? You mentioned something about us making a deal. Aye, you need information and so do I. What are you thinking? I think we should do a trade-off. Scratch me back, I scratch yours. My knowledge for your knowledge. That's it. Deal? Seems shady. Couldn't you just lie to me? Aye, I might. But you might too. And this wouldn't be a good idea for either of us. I wouldn't still be standing there if you truly thought so. Fine, Mr. Hood. You're on. I told me, lad. I'll let you go first. How do you know? What is your alibi for the Guildenstern murder? Guildenstern? That's a mighty odd name. Just answer. Are you talking about the first one, a month back? That's right. Well, I was with my daughter. Jen and I were here all night. Would your stories match up if I compared them? The police have done their poking. How do you find anything different? I see. Well, in that case, stop it, Phoenix Wright. It'd be my turn. We did agree on that. Now, I'd like to know about today's witness. Who was it? Well, last time I said Stephen Jameson and Shelley the Killer, so truth. Witness's name was Gladius Porter. Gladius? A woman, huh? Well, lad, that'll do. You got more questions? One more. You said you were a witness. What did you see? I'll tell you what I told the police. I saw two people out talking. They felt mighty suspicious. So the next night, I went to check. And that was the grave. You went back the next night? Aye. Didn't want them seeing me. But the grave was right there at the exact spot I saw them. I know it happened. Now, Phoenix Wright, answer me this. Who was the victim? The recent one. The victim? Alright. That's not gonna work, but... His name was Shelley the Killer. The killer? He's dead? You recognize him? Everybody in law does, lad. You know more than you're letting on, Mr. Hood. I'd say that's what happened, yeah. You showed me a lot. Enough for tomorrow, leastwise. Agreed. I'll have to be ready for him. Okay. That should be everything. Ah, there we go.
I wondered when you might show up. Step inside, Wright.
I think there's more than just a little you need to explain to me. I don't appreciate being led on and manipulated.
Of course. You have questions, I assume? Well, get to it.
Why did you lie to me? You manipulated me with that card.
I'll be straight for once. The card is a mystery to me, too. It looks to be the real thing, but there's no sign the killer was ever at the scene.
Do you think he was involved with Guildenstern?
Perhaps we'll know more when he's identified. The police are just as in the dark as you.
Why didn't you tell us he was a criminal?
He needed a lawyer. Would you have taken the case if you'd known he was with Rivales? I wouldn't trust a state-appointed attorney with my dry cleaning. At least this way I know the man going against me.
I haven't earned your trust at all, have I?
No, you have not. First, I need you to realize the full story.
Why did you ask for a day recess?
I wasn't thinking. It was the shock. Mr. Jameson was a good man. He and I didn't see eye to eye, but he didn't deserve it.
Were you good friends?
At one point, perhaps. We hit a rocky patch after MN6. We disagreed on the outcome. Mr. Jameson was still a young man, too naive and inexperienced to understand the reality of the situation. It was too much for him and we parted ways.
Oh, I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, don't be. That case is the reason we're here today. MN6 is officially solved and closed.
Officially?
Yes, officially. It happened the day after your friend's disappearance, Pearl Fay. A young girl was later sighted in a cafe downtown. She wasn't identified, but there's no doubt in my mind who it was. In law, evidence is paramount, but regarding the kidnapping, we had none.
I was never told the full details behind Pearl's disappearance. Shouldn't I have been one of the first people to find out?
There's a reason you never heard. I guess I'm to blame for that.
You? We didn't even meet until a few months ago.
Long before we first faced each other, I had been watching you, Wright. I know now that you were not to blame, but things were different then. I was mistaken.
You thought I was involved with MN6, so you tried to keep me in the dark?
I didn't have enough to go on. Your friends in the department made filing a warrant impossible. The full truth didn't come out until just a few days ago.
What did happen in that trial?
This may take a while. Perhaps I should start from the beginning.
And stopping.